When you are healing, your anger is a vital part of your healing process because it creates a protective response and a very necessary part of boundary work in order for you to then process other things that are underneath it. And I've said this many times before, anger is usually a more surface level emotion. Now, it doesn't always have to be that way because some people can't even access anger. But what I have seen in my system and many other client systems is that the anger can arrive first, and then the deeper, more heavy, dense emotions that have been unprocessed are underneath it. And this is exactly why I set up my program the way that I did. If you're interested in getting involved in it, Fucking Free Fully Alive, I've structured it in a way that allows to reclaim a certain emotion first and then deeper shit underneath that. Now, it doesn't always happen that way. Some people are able to access the more dense stuff and then avoid their anger, but there is a necessary part of the journey from what I've seen where anger plays a very vital role for the healing process because it helps you instill boundaries. Now, when you remove and release old stored anger, you're going to find that it opens this space inside of you that then brings up these softer, more vulnerable, uncomfortable things like guilt and shame and oftentimes grief. I probably spent about 6 months of my life last year reclaiming my anger, and it was very fucking messy because I had not integrated my inner teenager. Um, but I was reclaiming the anger and creating boundaries with a lot and a lot of people, and a lot of no more. No, you are not going to blame me for everything. No, are you not going to? You are not going to keep shaming me, because I had to create this protective layer of more shit being pushed onto me so then I could deal with the shit that was underneath it. So the anger was the ability to stop more pressure and more wounding patterns from being added on top of what I already had stored inside of myself. Now, once I started processing the anger, the depths that I had to go into were so much heavier. But this is why people get stuck in anger, because anger feels very powerful and it is life force energy and it is fucking necessary. And I'm going to teach this over and over and over again. Anger is not a bad emotion. We need it. That being said, we also need to let it go because there's something else going on underneath you that needs to be surfaced. But when your nervous system is dysregulated, anger is typically one of the biggest things that comes out first. And why it comes out really ugly and messy is because there's a lack of containment within the system. And because there's a bunch of other things underneath it that are being protected by the anger. Anger can be extremely addictive. But if you aren't willing to let it go and reclaim all the other things that are underneath it, you're never going to be free.